hello, and welcome back to another Guns and Glory video with me, Mr. Gill. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you so much for all of your previous views, likes, comments, suggestions, subscriptions, and all of that jazz. I really appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back at our castle level 24, Mr. Gill, and it is looking lovely. I'm pretty sure I can do castle level 25 today. Maybe not. Yes, this is upgraded. Yeah, maybe if I can get enough iron. How much iron do I need? 10.7 million. Okay, that's not going to happen today. Maybe at reset. It is just before reset now. Ladies and gentlemen, but we are not talking about my castle today. Today we are talking about my top 5 tips. Early game for Guns and Glory. If you are joining this game, if you've been playing this game for a couple of weeks, these are the things that I think are really important. I've been now roughly playing for 45 days, and I think these are things that you should know and you should do. I have them on a note here, and I'm going to move this little book up here so I can read it easier. Tip number one. Tip number one. Check everything. This game has enormous amounts of little boxes and things happening on the screen, incredibly busy. As you can see, there's notifications and little red dots and blah, 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 blah. Constantly click on every damn thing you possibly can click on, because you will be surprised at how many things that you can get just by clicking on certain things. Never, ever ignore any of the events up at the top of the page. It takes a long time. Now, if you saw my video I put out the other day doing housework or daily housework in Guns and Glory, that was maybe half an hour, and I didn't get half the things done that I needed to do. I would say at reset it takes me maybe an hour to do the things that I need to do. And that is clicking every single thing, achieving every sort of daily task that I can achieve, getting all my stamina used up as much as I possibly can. In that first hour after reset, it takes a long time to click every single box, every single flashy little icon that is going around, and it's super important that you do that. Yeah, so tick and check everything. Click every button in your items. Click everything and see what it does. Do I need to use this? No, I don't need to use this. Should I use this today? No, I don't need to use this. Things will tell you if they can be used or not, if they can be synthesized, say like this stuff here, you know, the intensity gears, you can synthesize them into intensity gear 2, into 3, into 4, etc, etc. So you only know this, and I actually only learned this about 10 days ago. I didn't realize you could turn these into these, and turn those into those. So yeah, click every single thing you can, possibly. Constantly raid threats. Okay? Now, currently, as I said, it's just before reset, and we actually just moved our hive, so my guys are lagged out. It comes slowly. My guys are over here rebuilding one of the Alliance buildings, and that'll be fine. I'll leave them there for another 35 minutes or so before pulling them back for reset. But if it was not such the case, I would be constantly raiding threats. You can obviously find threats down below with the search button. Threats here, and constantly raid. This is the way to get ingots, and ingots are the way to improve your equipment. Number 3, ignore food production to begin with. Okay, so this is probably going to be a little bit of a separate video, but however, food production or consumption of food only occurs for certain reasons. Consumption will not happen if you have no food, and consumption will not happen above the level of your warehouse. So there is no need to be producing massive amounts of food. Now obviously you need food in order to upgrade buildings, so you will need to be producing some. However, you do get more food than anything else. Food is the easiest resource and the easiest kind of loot that you will get from certain chests and achievements and tasks every day. So do not stress too much about having too many farms producing food. I would definitely focus more on wood to begin with, and then iron. As much iron as you can possibly make is important. Alliance donation, super important, and basically it's going to help you to get certain things. Obviously, if you have the top ranking every week, are we top ranking? We are. We should. Yeah, we're going to get the second place, I believe, this week. It's Friday now, so we should be fine. Oh, it's going into Friday. We've got 3 days left, so we'll stay probably in top second place. We won't catch up to Dreamore. That's a bit too much for us to catch up to. But basically, you're going to get very good results out of this. Highest rank will receive significant rewards. They are significant. However, you also get points that you can then use in the Alliance store, or Alliance Honor points. I can't remember exactly what they're called. And that is very useful as well for buying things like speed up, extra VIP, and all of that jazz. And then I guess my 5th tip is going to be praising the Golden Forces. If you don't know, that's what I call it. I don't know what it's actually called, but up here there's a little book, and a lot of people ignore this little book, but if you click on this little book, it's going to give you an option here to praise these guys. Now you can see the praise buttons are there. They obviously disappeared because I've already praised today, but once a day you can come in and you can praise these guys. You get an enormous amount of Lord experience and creation experience. As well as a little bits and pieces of other stuff. So make sure you do that every single day because it is definitely good for upgrading your creation. It's one of the few sources of experience for the creation apart from attacking catacombs. In fact, I think it's the only other source I've seen. I can't remember anything else that has given me creation experience apart from praising the golden horse, as I call it. Cool. And that came about, honestly, I didn't even realize this for the first at least week or so. Nobody told me. But I didn't even realize you can click on this thing until I was just clicking on every little building here and going, what's this, what's this, what's this? And then I went, oh, this does something fantastic. So those are my top 5 tips if you're a new player or if you're just starting out or you think you're about joining Guns & Glory. Check every single box, tick every single thing, click every single button you possibly can, and icon. Raid threats as constantly as you possibly can. Don't worry about food too much at the start. You will not be consuming it. There are ways to reduce that consumption. Make sure you donate to your alliance. It gives you significant benefits if you are in the top 3 every week, but also for the alliance store. And praise the golden horse. Awesome. Sounds good. I like it. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you eat some cheese today. I would suggest, as I said, it's a Friday. You want to go for an end of the week cheese, maybe a goat's cheese. That feels like an end of the week cheese to me. And have a good day. See ya. Bye.